up, my Bayou Posse? So today is Tuesday. It's my off day. I did laundry, just pretty much relaxed, and I said, "What am I gonna cook for today?" So I decided I was gonna show people how to do gumbo. Most people think gumbo is very difficult. It is not. There are different types of gumbo, though. You have what we make is filet Creole gumbo. Filet is a seasoning made from sassafras leaves. It's just dried and ground sassafras leaves. You can buy it in the stores. Zatarain's has a brand. We normally get ours fresh. My mom recently bought a case from this lady in New Orleans that has that she makes the seasoning. My great aunt had a sassafras leaf tree in her yard, and she would clean the leaves, dry them out, grind them, and make the seasoning. So basically, it just gives you gumbo its unique flavor, and it's something that you add towards the end of cooking your gumbo. Um, you don't want to cover it up once you add it. You do not want to put it in your gumbo while you are cooking it. You must remove your gumbo from the fire and then add it and let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. Taste it and see if it has that unique. It's what gives you filet gumbo its uniqueness flavor. But if you cover it up, this is what I was told. Of course, once you spend all that money to make some gumbo, you ain't gonna try to see if that's what happened. I'm just going off of what they say. But basically, it spoil your gumbo if you cover it up. And they said, and I was like, well, what do you mean spoil? They said that stuff will bubble like lava. Like it will start bubbling up and it just spoil your meat. So that's a no-no. But I'll show you when I add it. So there are other types of gumbo. They have okra gumbo, and they have gumbo zab, which is made with a odd number of greens. That's normally eaten on Holy Thursday. Um, you have seafood gumbo. You got chicken and sausage gumbo. So there's all different types of gumbo. But today I'm gonna show you our Creole filet gumbo. It's very meaty. It has a lot of meat, but I'm gonna do a small pot. If you want to make a big pot of it, my suggestion is triple the amount of meat I add. I'm doing like about a pound of each meat that I'm adding, including my seafood. So, um, thanks you guys for tuning in, and thank y'all for supporting me and everything. I hope y'all been liking the recipes, which I've been seeing. Again, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. Hit that like button. Hit the notification bell to get notifications anytime I drop a new video. And if you try it, comment down below. I definitely will respond. If there's something that you would like to see me cook, that you're interested in cooking or learning, that's something, it could be soul food, Louisiana, anything. I'm open to suggestions. I still got to do the yakami video. I will be bringing that out soon as well. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into this video. And it's very simple. I'm going to show you what you're going to do to begin to make your gumbo. So for the filet gumbo, this is what we're going to use. We're going to use our Tony's, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, gumbo filet, a little bit of Zatarain's shrimp and crab oil. You can buy this in the stores. I'm not going to use this one today, but it's perfectly fine. Unless you can find somebody that has a sassafras leaf tree and makes their own filet. This is like fresh ground filet. So this is not store-bought. This is actually somebody made this in New Orleans. So for our other seasonings, our cut-up seasoning, I'm only doing a small batch. So this is 2 medium white onions. I did 1 large bell pepper. That's a mixture of green onion, a whole bunch of green onion, and then 6 celery ribs. But I put them in a food processor together, so they kind of mix together. Also, for the season of the roux, we got the season of your base is going to be your roux. So we're going to make a roux. That is 1 cup of flour, and I have 1 cup of oil over here already getting hot. And then we also have water. This is not a big gumbo pot. I'm not making a big gumbo pot. Normally, one of those big soup pots is what we used to cook it in, and we would triple or quadruple this recipe. So for the meats, this is stew beef or beef stew meat. We're just doing a pound of each. So I got a pound here. This is a little bit more of a pound, then a pound of chicken wings, cleaned. This is normally we would use Manda sausage, but this is Verone sausage. I actually went down to Lutcher. Some of my friends had told me about Verone sausage, and it's really, really good. So I went down there and bought it fresh from the actual market that makes it. And it tastes different from, you can't find it at Walmart, but it tastes better if you get the real deal. And that, thank you for my Donaldsonville friends, my security guard, ex-co-workers that I used to work with. They the one put me on it. So I got a pound, about 16 ounces of that. And then cubed ham, that's Manda cubed ham. And it's just ham used for seasoning. Here I have a pound of, I'm going to say the small shrimp. And then I have gumbo crabs. You can buy these in the frozen section. And all I did was I pulled the backs off of them. And then I pulled separated the claws and broke them in half. So we're going to use that also to season our gumbo. What I'm going to do now, I am going to set my oven to 350 degrees. And I'm going to hit my chicken wings with some Tonys on each side. And I'm going to cover these up and I'm going to put them in the oven. Some people fry their meat on the stove. I just do mine a different way. I'm going to brown my meats in the oven first. Okay, so 350 degrees and check it in about 30 to 40 minutes to see if it's brown until you like it. It'll also help to get some of that blood and stuff off your stew beef. So that's, a lot of times when you're boiling meat, that blood and stuff comes out and it bubbles and stuff on top and you have to scoop all that stuff out. It'll alleviate us from having to do that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get these put in the oven and I'll be right back and show you what we're going to do next. All right, so I went ahead and put some Tonys on my chicken just to season that up a little bit. And I'm just going to place that in the oven. Then I got my stew beef. Same thing, I'm going to place that in the oven. And then my smoked sausage and my ham. And they're both pork, that's why I put them together. So I'm going to place this in the oven, and actually I need to lower that a little bit, so I had to kind of lower the rack a little bit in order to be able to get it in there. So again, this is not going to be a really big gumbo. It's just, like I said, it's 1 pound of each meat. Normally, you know what I'm saying, you cook gumbo, you're going to spend over $100 and some to make it, because you're going to have probably 4 pounds of meat. All right, so you see I got my water getting hot. So before we even make the roux, this is what I'm going to do. You can just take all your seasoning and just dump it in that water. Just dump it on in there. And then my grease is hot because some of that water popped in there. But just dump that in there. Bring it to a boil. Don't matter if it's cut up big or small. All that seasoning is just gonna cook all the way down. So we got that going. So looks like our grease is pretty much getting hot. So let me just set up my camera here. Give me 1 second. All right, so I'm doing a cup because I don't know, you might not use all of the grease and the flour, but I'm gonna do I did 1 cup of oil, and it's 1 cup of and I got 1 cup of flour. Yeah, that's hot enough. So we're gonna go ahead and dump all that in there. And you just get your spoon and you just gonna stir it up in there like so. Stir it really, really good. And then make sure you get your flour to kind of absorb into that grease, and it's just gonna brown. And you do kind of have to constantly stir it, but if you see it's not getting dark, you can let it sit for a couple seconds and then come stir it, and it'll just brown apart on the bottom. But when you first start doing it, you want to constantly stir it. So let's see. I'm gonna let it sit for a couple seconds, a few minutes, about a minute, just a little bit, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, if you guys watch my crawfish etouffee video, that was some damn work, but it was worth it. It was delicious. This is not. Most people think gumbo is hard to make. It is not. It's just time consuming, cutting up your season, just, you know, just that kind of stuff. Cutting up your meats and everything, preparing your meats. And then you have your prep time, and then you have, you know, to make a roux. Or you can even buy, some people buy, if y'all don't have time to make a roux, you can buy roux mix. You can buy the wet roux mix. You can buy, I even have some when I don't feel like doing it. Let me see if I can find it. They have Zatarans makes one, I believe, and Tony Satchers has one. I think I got the Tony. Yeah, I do. Sometimes, if you don't feel like doing it yourself, there you go. I don't know if y'all can see that. Tony Satchers mix. You can use that. And you just add it to your water as it's boiling. Kind of whisk it in there. But I was off today, and I promised y'all I was going to try to do 2 videos a week, so I decided let me get in there and go ahead and make this gumbo. I like my gumbo roux dark because it's how my mama made it. Some people I see that gumbo don't be that dark, but we like ours dark. Like, I want to know that they got gravy in it. And it's weird because most people think it's kind of like a stew, in between a stew and a soup, because you don't want your gumbo to be too soupy. It's gonna have a sort of a thickness to it, but not like gravy, like a thick gravy that'll stick to rice and stuff. It's gonna be more soup like. I guess in between is what I'm trying to say. So it looked like we're starting to get a little bit of color on there. We'll just let that cook a little longer. But I wanted y'all to kind of see the color come on, and then I won't keep y'all. Once we see it getting a little dark, I'll go ahead and put you on pause and come back and show you once it gets dark. But I also show you how to make a roux and when I did the crawfish bisque. All right, let's see what we got. So see, it's starting to turn colors. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's starting to turn colors. It's more like starting to get a little yellow, golden. I think the way the light was, you probably couldn't really see it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna continue to brown this. And once it gets to the color that I need it to get to, then I'll show you what we're gonna do after that. All right, so can you see how dark it is now? That's how dark I like it. You don't have to have yours that dark. And it does, when it hits the water, I believe it lightens up a bit. But we try to use it. My mom taught me to, you know, get it pretty dark. And all you're going to do, and you may not have to use all of this, but you're just going to add it to that water with your seasoning. So let me get a cup or something I can maybe, actually, I'm going to go ahead and just hold this up. So this is what it looks like right now. And I'm going to let that keep boiling until it's cooking. And we're going to pull our meat out as soon as that's brown, and I'll show y'all what I add. Because I don't add my chicken right away either, because it'll fall completely off the bone. But alright, I'm going to show y'all what we got going on. So you see my meat and stuff is brown. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to scoop this up and drain that off and just add it to my pot. All right. So let me get in a good way right here. Make sure that you can see. All right. So I'm just gonna add all this meat to my pot. Alright, so that was the stew beef. And then I'm gonna add my sausage and my cube ham. I'm adding it to the slowly like this because I don't want it to pop up on me and make a mess. The chicken is still in the oven, it's still browning. Once that browns, I'm not gonna add that until my last probably my last 20 minutes of cooking, I'm gonna say. Because if I add it before then, it's gonna be, and sometimes I do add it too early and it's just bones and meat, but I mean, the chicken bones add flavor to your thing as well, to your broth. So there we go. All right, so we're gonna let this cook, and I'll be back to show you when we add the chicken. So probably I'm gonna say probably be another 45 minutes. Yeah, but you can, if you want to, you can start adding your seasonings. So we're gonna start with some Tony's. Black pepper. Some onion powder. Some garlic powder. Get that a good stir. And then continue to let it cook. Now I'll be back. Alright, y'all, I'm back. So, as you can see, the gumbo tea has gotten darker. After we added our season, it's been cooking for a minute now. So that's pretty much what we want. Now I'm going to add my wings. And these are the wings. I just browned them in the oven. And I'm using this so I can drain all that. I don't put all that grease and stuff in my gumbo. So I'm just going to drain and just drop them on in there like so. And I'm going to let them cook for probably about another 20 minutes. Well, yeah, probably another 20 minutes. And then I'm going to add my shrimp and my crab. And then I'll show you what you're going to do with the filet. So if y'all notice, I did not add the filet to my pot. I was always taught you add the filet after your gumbo is completely cooked. You remove it from the fire. And you remove it from the fire, and then you add your filet. You don't cover it up. Your gumbo has to completely cool before covering up if you add filet, because it'll spoil the gumbo. That's what I was always told. I ain't never tried to find out any otherwise, but I'll be back when we get ready to add our shrimp and our crab. Okay, we're back. So I did take and clear off some of the grease that was on the top. With a spoon, and I had to use a baster. But I got most of it. So now all we have left to do is add our crabs. And our shrimp. And I do like to put lump crab meat in there too sometimes, but I thought I had a can and I must have used it for something previous. So I didn't really have any to add to it. So, but that's optional. But it just adds more flavor to your gumbo. I don't want all this seafood juiciness, so I'm trying to. Alright. So now that we have that added, you just give it a good stir. And you can see how it comes together. It may look like you had a lot of water at first, but it's really just perfect amount of juice. And look, your crab's already turning already. Perfect amount of juice and perfect amount of meat. So I'm going to go ahead and let this continue to cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then we'll fix some rice. And that's what we'll do. We'll eat this over rice. But I'll show y'all how to, we got to add our filet and stuff. So about 15 minutes. Alright, y'all, I'm back. So you see I cut my fire off and I removed it from the heat to the surface, which is that one. I tasted it, so I suggest you taste your food. Make sure it's seasoned good enough. Everything's cooked. I'm going to start out with 1 tablespoon of filet. Now, we're just going to start out with 1 tablespoon, okay? So it gives it a unique flavor. I really can't explain what it tastes like, but if you taste your roux right now and add this and give it a good stir and wait about 5 minutes and then come back and taste it, you'll kind of get what I'm saying. It gives a different taste to your gumbo. So, and it also kind of changes the color a little bit. So we're going to start out with that 1 tablespoon. Mix it well. Remember, do not put your lid on top of this gumbo. We're going to let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to come back and we're going to taste it. If you want that other flavor to be a little stronger, you can add another tablespoon. But like I said, we're only going to do 1 tablespoon for now. But yeah, let that sit and marinate, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so I am back, and this is what it looks like after it sit. And then I'm gonna just, my little spoon, and taste the broth, make sure I have enough filet. Yeah, perfect. This is a 6-quart pot that I cooked it in. So, yeah. And then what you could do is add like a little bit of shrimp and crab boil. I couldn't get it out. You don't want to add too much. Maybe like a teaspoon. So let me get a teaspoon. I decided that instead I'm going to add just a half a teaspoon because this stuff is really potent. Those of you that's from Louisiana know, especially the liquid concentrated one. And so I'll just mix that in there good. Because in a big pot, I normally add 1 tablespoon and it'd be just enough. And I don't want to, some people say my gumbo be a little too spicy, but you know, it is what it is. And you can just give that a little taste. Yeah, that little half a teaspoon, because of this size pot, it's perfect. We just got a little bit of hint of that crab ball, which is the reason I really like to, we normally buy the crawfish, the crabs already boiled, but we didn't do that this time because I couldn't get to, I don't know, Baton Rouge is weird. You can always find them in Slidell, but Baton Rouge, I try to go get boiled crab and they're like, oh, they're out of season. And I'm like, if I go back home to Slidell, I can get them. But anyways, there's your gumbo, and I'm gonna go ahead once the rice is done, show you what it looks like on a plate. Hope you guys like this recipe. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. Comment down below if you make the gumbo and if you like it. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time.